Hello, welcome back to the Batting Panda, and we're going to continue our Final Fantasy IX Iron Man chapter. Last time we did a bit of the chocograph hunting. We're just having a look at what we've got again before we go into. Now, two heads up. We'll have a look at this. So this is what we're after, and then we're going to come back in this too and come and get some extras. So, just a quick heads up. So, after the main encounter, great start. Attack. Oh dear, that's not very good. Oh dear. Thank God for antibody. Always have antibody on. Okay. So, as I was going to say, once you enter Ethan's Grotto, you can no longer go back to Lindblom. So if you want to buy any items, which I actually might do, if you want to buy any equipment, you should go now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go back and buy some items. Thankfully, you can just talk to this guy. He'll tell you anything you need. That should hopefully be enough. There are some dangerous situations in here, mainly the Lamia, which, in all fairness, I'd rather avoid fighting in general. So if I have a look at what I've got, I don't have level. I really don't have level 3. No, I don't. I haven't gone to learn it. Yeah, it's fine. I could have learned like Mustard Barman, level 3 defenseless, but they're not very useless. They're not very useful spell to have. Mustard Bomb doesn't really hit very often, so there's no point using it. But now we've found out that his loot's been attacked and destroyed. Although that god is blinking, he's not dead yet. So in this place, you're going to encounter, well, there you go, skeletons, the undead. But I'm looking at that roll. That's about right. Wait, hold on. Wait. Right, I'll let him learn that first. So you've encountered undead. You got the skeletons and get hornets. There are 2 of them. You will see some black mages you have to fight. They're mandatory fights. Then there's a Lamia in the next room after this. Other than that, not really much to this area. Only like 4 rooms. A very small dungeon. Alright, the first thing out of the Black Bolt. They can do big damage, especially wearing anything that burns easily, like cotton robes, silk shirt. They are fire based. They do magical attacks. They also can die in 1 hit. You're very lucky. I'm surprised we're getting so lucky with these attacks. Can't eat them. I don't think they're worth anything at least. Winners being my MVP. Can't complain about that. Yeah, okay, I got millionaire on winner, so I get double. I think double. Well, you should receive more. I think it's roughly double the deal. Which is nice to have. And then what I do is have. Which one's better? Wait, no, that one's better. Take Beast Killer off. Stick alert on. No longer can we get back attack, so we're a lot safer now. We have to fight this Black Mage, because the Black Mage drops a bell. Just gonna keep stealing, we're gone. We are going through some dangerous areas, I suppose. And I probably should talk about it now. There is... there is a situation, I'm not sure how I do this yet. Once I find my guide, find it. So when we enter this 2, there's an option we have. What I have, I suppose, and I want to show you. I might have to do 2 separate ways of showing it. Let me just get my guide up quickly. Sorry about this. So, in this too, there's a situation where we can fight a optional boss when we get to the castle. We're in this level first. And we can fight Tantarian, which is a optional boss you can fight at Disc 2 and in Disc 3. Disc 3 is safer because you're higher level and you're also not got a time limit. But in spirit of things, we can try to do it in Disc 2. There's a chance what I might do is just make it on a separate save file. I'll actually show you how it's done. But essentially, you will be stuck at level 14 with Pantarian, even though he's kind of a boss. He's also not. So it becomes a situation of you gain experience, and when you get Pantarian gets about 12,000 experience in total. So split between 3 people, that's about 3,000 something. And essentially, you will go past level 17, and the level cap is still 16 to that point. You have to be careful, so you have to fight around level 14, ideally 14, unless you can maximize your experience gain so that you have perfect experience growth from 15, so you don't gain any more, which is very unlikely. it's not an easy fight. Antarian can one-shot you instantly. There's nothing you can do about that. Antarian likes to inflict doom or just... Oh, nice. We've got the 10% chance there. So, that's another thing we can do. Winners, Need or Fork have the ability to petrify. 10% chance every time it hits. But it's quite nice to have. You don't gain any experience, but you do gain AP. Let's get through it. But long. So her husband's been trapped in there. She's just found a Cooper not on BV who bought it in Moonbloom. By offering it, they managed to free himself because apparently Cooper not makes him super strong. Very interesting. Go down here, there's a Magus hatch here. This will teach slow to BB. As you follow all the way up, there's a little spot where there is a Mithril Bluffs. I believe it's Mithril Bluffs? Yes. We're very likely to get a Lamia now. There it is. Lamias are very scary. Very, very scary. So they can cure themselves, is already annoying. But they can also cast Might on themselves. And Might gives them an attack boost. And they can just start to one-shot your entire party if it gets high enough. I'm going to use Soul Blade to try and inflict blindness, darkness even, sorry, it's not blindness, it's darkness. This won't do anything, so I put it too nicely. 54. Okay. So you see it's starting to cast regain this attack. It does get very scary. Oh, can't use it now. Oh yeah, you can also just outright confuse your characters, and I think we're not going to get the spells from this one. If you eat the Lamia, you can get level 3 defenseless. Not many enemies are weak to that, or many bosses are weak to that, so that's not really worried about. She's got the death slot. Alright, get it now. Okay. Lamia is probably one of the scariest non-bosses you'll ever face. And they're really not worth facing. I mean, 51 experience for that. Genuinely not worth facing. And they're more prevalent in this room. I don't think you actually see them in the other room, so you can try and kill it. Yeah, you know what, let me have a... You can cast slow on it and try and help yourself out a bit. We're going to speed up now though, because it's more pointless content really. if Aqua Breath works. Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. But yeah, you see, they're not really worth anything, and they cost you a lot of potions to heal from. But they're reducing one foot. $48. Yeah, kind of the weird one. Oh, I could have learned Limit Glove. Well, so there is a blue magic you can learn from. Well, it's two different things you can learn it from. So I could go back and get it, but I don't like using Limit Glove. So Limit Glove is a blue magic spell you can get from Axe Beat. And what it does is, if you are 1 HP with Quina, it will do maximum damage at 9999. But it only works if you've got 1 HP. Otherwise, it doesn't do any damage, really. So it's one of those really interesting abilities, and it is actually also used for speed run techs. The idea is you'll learn Limit Glove, and then you'll try and force Quina to be at 1 HP, and then you use Limit Glove on the Grand Dragons above here. And that's basically what you do. You do that to grind up levels quickly, so you don't have to grind any time later. Right, so we're going to do a bit of a grind here. I want to be at least level 10, level 11, maybe 12. Takes a bit of time, so we'll try and speed it up. You're only going to fight skeletons and hornets here, so it's not too dangerous. But like, yeah, that's one skeleton is 26 experience, while one Lamia is 51. So yeah, leave a bit out, but how fast you can kill a skeleton compared to a Lamia, a lot better. Especially with these are really easy to kill. Nice. Oh no. I think that would be enough. I'm hoping we'll get away with. I'm hoping we'll get enough of level 10 because we're gonna try and do the 10th trick anyway. Right. Right, right. So it gives him a look. Even though he's level 16, we have a level cap of 14. I'm not going to try and level 14 here, it'll take too long. And it's not really necessary. And we can take advantage of next areas we go into, the meet here. Flavor and this too, really beneficial. But nah, for now, we're going to fight Gizmo Luke, he's level 16. He is aerial and heavy. He is not a dragon, so if you thought Dragon Kill would work, it does not. 3 items: Elixir, Magus Hat, and an Ice Staff. The Ice Staff is really nice to have a bit early. Not too worrying. But we are going to do the 10 strat there. We are going to tent on him and hope he gets blinded, poisoned, and slowed. Silent, sorry. Nice. Right. And now it's just hopefully not get hit constantly. So now that he's silenced, he can't use any of his magic attacks. Like, he can't use water. Water is his most dangerous attack. He can single target, he can multi-target, and it's probably one of the most dangerous things. And if it's good, we are pretty much protected. Winner, Vivian, and Iron Man all have a glass armor on, which gives 50% reduction to water damage. And Freya can be jumping so much, but not going to really get targeted. So he can counter magical attacks with silence, which isn't a big deal, honest. This is why I'm not really doing anything with Vivi right now. And if Vivi does hit trance, he hits trance. Not wasting time. That's a critical in the back row. Okay. Gizmo Luke has 3,000 health, 3,175. I'm going to try and stay alive as long as I can. It'd be nice to get that. It'd be nice to try and get the ice staff. If we don't get it, we don't get it. It's not too big a deal. We'll find one later. It is a semi-rare, so it's a 6.25% chance. Yeah, you see, starting to try and cast a lot of water magic on us. I'll try and delay it as much as I can. I think I'm almost at that point now, though. Fishing, I get it. Come on, 1 of 16, come on. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, we're essentially, we can do constantly 320. There's 10 spears. Oh, nice. 10 spears is enough to actually outright kill give her loot. But I'm not that bothered. There we go. Last spear only defeated, and we get the ice staff, which is very nice. And it just looks like. So, we now quickly move over to our other party. We'll speed through this. There's nothing happening here, it's just a little meanwhile at the same time, essentially. Try to sneak across the border. Diana saying he's going to go fix the south gate and destroyed. Got a whole bag full of thistle pickles, which the short guard doesn't like. There's a little chest there hidden. The Morton racket is a very nice aerial weapon for dagger. You don't get till much later, so it's a little secret. You can't get this one until you come here. I think it's free. And you need the chocobo or at least an airship to get here. Right, let me talk to you first. Right, talk to him. He's basically the reason why the gate doesn't work. So there's a gate at the bottom. We went to where the coffee was, and the gate won't open because he won't fix it. He just pretends to fix it. He tells the supervisor who tells him off for it. And she's upset because someone she likes is going out of business. So you console her, and you get to talk to her. He has no idea who she is. Quite funny. As we try to leave, the short guard comes towards, tells us we need a gate pass, and then runs away because he can't stand the smell of us. So, this sign was has a Lindbloom on it. It's got the falcon's claw. In the original, it's actually misspelled. It says Lindbloom. Quite funny. And so it's like daggers inside the sack. Don't know how she fit in there with all the pickles and get seen. You have the option to continue looking and move to the other side, and then if you get upset that you might see her. So like that's quite a good thing to have. Take that off him. I'm gonna take that off because I want the bird killer. Good place to restock on supplies. Pets are expensive, but you want to have a few of them at least. Stocks are fine. My opinion, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So our next boss is Beatrix. Now Beatrix isn't too scary. Beatrix cannot party wipe you at all. All her attacks on single target. It's just about surviving the 10 turns or doing enough damage. So we're gonna use Phoenix down for that. Gotta get to that point first. And because because of the time limited, we don't have to hit the level cap. And this becomes beneficial because when we do Clara, we want to try and get 2 spells. 3 if we're lucky, but Match and Magic is really hard to get. We don't want to get past level 14. So we have to be really careful. Oh, I didn't learn. Oops. Well, didn't learn Jelly with them. Go here because there's always items at a gate. Sometimes you can't get them though. So like, there's one earlier you can't get because on the Marcus crew take it first. Did I learn Angel Snap? Can't remember. I did not. Okay. So there are a few things we want to fight here. This is the very first thing. These are annoying, I must admit. Because of that, they like to steal. Right, that actually should be enough. Oh, I didn't put Blizzard on you. Oh, that's not enough. What did I do here? I can't even remember. I'm hoping that's enough. But yeah, it was. Cool. Cool. Yeah, they're annoying because they can mug you and then they escape. There we go. And it's annoying because if they escape with it, you don't get the item. Obviously, this item. But if you kill them, you don't get the item back. Right. Right, you cannot use Bizarro here. Bizarro doesn't outright kill it. This might actually kill it though, let's be honest. There we go, Angel Snap. Kind of useless, but not bad. It gives everyone... The Angel Snack is a bit of a funny one. So, as long as you've got enough remedies in your items, Angel Snack will just give a remedy to everyone. Which is nice if you know you can use it. Right. Order. We'll fight a few more of these. Well, might as well do this then. Double Zara. I don't think I don't think I survived one Bizarro, but... Is that everything I can get here? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's everything. We got the things I needed. Magic hammer's nice to have. We'll fight these, but they give mimic. Mimic always summon another monster you can kill quickly. They can summon more. Be mindful of that. But essentially, you can just keep farming them to get more and more to spawn. Right, you need to start thinking about putting undead off. That goes on. That can go off. Undead. Right, I don't know why I got that on in the first place actually. Antibody. There is an enemy I haven't seen yet. I'm trying to avoid, not avoid, but be wary of the basilisk. So I kind of skip. As a basilisk, they can petrify you, and only one person's got jelly at the moment, so a bit dangerous. So just to show how strong Bizarro is. Yeah. The Bizarro tier 2 magic now. Does a lot of damage, got higher magic spell power. But also Vivi's is using the ice staff. And the ice staff inherently buffs ice magic. So that's also giving me an extra 50% ice damage, so not bad. Here they are. One Bizarro will kill them. They're weak to ice, which is fantastic. They are probably the best things you can fight here, in all fairness. So I got gradual petrify put on me by them. It is affected by time. So if you put slow on VV, it'll actually last. It won't last as long. Well, it'll take longer, I should say. If you got haste on, for instance, haste makes it go down faster. So you have to be careful. Right. Me not learning things. Me being silly. Me being very silly. A mimic. And again, yeah, we'll summon magic vices. You just stop eating with Twinner. That's his job. Their job. Their job. That's the Q's job. Nah. You stole an elixir. Nah. See, that's annoying. Because they just stole an elixir from me. And I won't get that back now. That's not fair. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I know. But I'm trying to learn things. Talk to this guy. Tell you the bell under the bed. Blah blah. There should be an ether in here as well. I think also a basilisk. Basilisks aren't dangerous in the sense that they are quite weak. Like they have about 400 health, 150 health. But 3 of them can get scary because they can just they can either put gradual petrify on you or just outright petrify you, and that's when it gets scary. The gradual petrify is not as scary. Oh, almost in the stone. So, I will say, this is also in my extra rules. If you're playing a hard mode version of this, if you get petrified, that character has to be cleansed in battle before the battle is over. If you don't, that character is now technically dead for the rest of the game. That's one of the rules for hard mode I set, because gradual petrify and venom stay. Your character is now no longer usable. While virus and zombie, even though they are permanent status effects and they affect you, they don't stop you being able to take actions in battle. You can still fight, but petrified and venom, you can't do any movements anyway. Right, up here. There's never an item here, I don't know why we're here. I always go in that room. There's never an item there, so I don't know why I do it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. So, triple basilisk is probably the best I think you can get with 4 people, 125 experience. Fantastic. Easy experience. Never really struggle with that. I am just going to cast the Zora because there is a save point coming up. Oh, we got stuff. So, winner's trance is almost is more useful than prayers. I can tell you that much. Bit sad, but that's true. So, winner's trance turns eat into cook. So each requires you to have the enemy at below 25% health, and then you get to eat them and learn the ability to cook. Or always taste bad, and then you eat them and they just die. Cook increases that threshold to 50%, which makes it very useful. We just got the mithril spear, which is nice. We get some more healing aspect. Right. Get this chest, and then Silkskin shows up. Buy all this. Very nice. We do have a shop here if you need to buy anything. Yeah, like Gillionaires Gillionaires coming in now. So. What level are we? Oh, nice. I'm gonna grind to about level 30, I think. Or until I get at least 40,000 skill. Ooh, all 7s. I want the money because after this fight, we're getting to a point where we're gonna be we're gonna be buying a lot of we're gonna be buying a lot of equipment in tree now. think I can survive. I think I can deal with it without kill. Yeah. VV beating them up with a stick. You know what? I'm happy with that. I don't want to level them all up too far. What's it? I'm not saving. Don't be silly. That's not right. Oh, I'm so close to them there. So close. Final boss battle of this one. The Beatrix. Level 14. Makes no difference, really. Have 3,630 health, so quite a lot of health. Have 3 items to steal. They are quite difficult steals. Don't forget you also add time limit because how Beatrix works is Beatrix takes 10 turns. And on the last, after the turn after that, the fight is over and she wipes you. That's intentional. You take away all her health, she wipes you. Intentional. Your job is to survive long enough. So Phoenix down bar must be, which is part of the rule. So her stealing, her items to steal are hard to get, but one of them's also in the rare slot. You only get 3 items, but one's in the rare slot. So with a 0.39% steal chance. Which is very annoying. You're very unlikely to get it. Right, so now I'm talking about trying to find the king's disappeared. I want to try and find the king. Probably gone to Sandy Treehouse. It's the first time they've introduced this character to us. Now, find out more about Beatrix. Everyone knows about Beatrix, how dangerous she is. Beatrix is also one of the few places where you can't use like battle assists. I mean, you can use 9999, but what's the point? You can't have battle assists though, apparently. So you can't cheat all the health up, basically, is what they're trying to do. This is how the whole point is you can't. Ooh! Well, that's pointless. They're trying to be pointless, let's be honest. You will never use Freya's strength. Because it's just not worth it. Well, you might use it on solo targets, never on multiple. So the idea of Freya's trance is when she's in the air, her jump becomes her spear becomes javelin. Oh wow, I've got the uncommon rare. Where basically she'll stay in the air and hit everyone, but the issue is the damage is then split between all the enemy, so the damage is really worthless. So one's dead. Yeah. Shock will almost always kill you, even that'll prove how well that was. Oh. This is essentially what you're just going to be doing, you're just going to keep bringing people back to life. I haven't really used it to anything. I'm not going to waste the on this fight. She is immune to everything except slow. You can put slow on her to try and steal as much as you can or do enough damage. That was a lot of damage for Blizzard. So that was a bizarre 1300. I think genuinely, I think humans are weaker to ice than anything. I don't know if that's actually confirmed, but I think that's a lot of damage. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Essentially, it was literally 3 Blizzaros was enough to actually end the fight. It should be near the end now. I'm going to use 4 now. There we go, hold there. And then basically, yeah, you're forced to lose. You cannot win this fight. No creature. And that concludes this one. So we are going to end it here. This is a save point. So if you're playing on console, generally you get the option to save here, and then you can progress here from then on. You get any party wipe from here on. This is the next part you'll have to go for, which is not too bad. Start from the beginning. So for now, that is everything. Have a good day, have a good evening, have a good time. Bye.